Hey, welcome back to the channel. It's your man Wise. And yes, we got to talk about it, man. Van Jones is basically going for broke right now. CNN, they've fallen all the way off. I mean, we've talked about CNN for the past 4, 5, 6 months. It's a bunch of fake news, a bunch of malarkey. Nobody's really watching them like that anymore. And the numbers that just came out that they're losing or have lost 50% of their viewership and more in some cases. We know what's going on with MSNBC or MSDNC, as I like to call them. They are hemorrhaging viewership right now. And Van Jones is calling it out. Van Jones admits that Democrats are idiots who were outflanked by conservatives who turned their phones into political weapons. I mean, we got to get into it, man. It's hilarious. But at the same time, this is something that we've been talking about, on this platform for a little minute. And honestly, it's been something that's been talked about for quite some time as people continue to cut the cord, continue to move away from these mainstream media platforms who do nothing but push lies and propaganda and a whole bunch of fake news. Trump talked about this a long time ago, and it's coming to fruition. More and more people no longer believe that CNN, MSNBC, and a host of other liberal media outlets are just being center journalists. No one believes it anymore. But hey, I am glad to see that Van Jones has finally come to the light, but I'm sure he doesn't care because he's still eating off that Jeff Bezos bread. You know what I'm saying? Let's check this out.
We got beat because the Republicans and the conservatives built a different media system that had to do with online, had to do with podcasts, had to do with streaming platforms, and they were spending their money there. We were laughing at them and knocking on doors in Philadelphia and Detroit. It's like, there's no Trump people. They're not dropping literature. They're not knocking on dours.
In fact, it was laughing like, oh, Elon Musk and Charlie Kirk with their PACs don't know what they're doing.
We were making fun of Donald Trump for having thrown away his ground game and doing some weird stuff online. We thought that they were idiots. It turned out we were the idiots. We woke up in a body bag because while we were knocking on doors.
Whoa, did he just say they woke up in a body bag? Really? Let's rewind that real quick.
Here's how we got beat. We got beat because the Republicans and the conservatives built a different media system that had to do with online, had to do with podcasts, had to do with streaming platforms, and they were spending their money there. We were laughing at them and knocking on doors in Philadelphia and Detroit. It's like, there's no.
Well, the thing is that, Trump, he realized that, hey, we are in the 21st century and the way of legacy media or the strength of legacy media is no more. Yes, the streaming platforms. Yes, the podcasts. Yes, all the independent, media outlets out there. They're doing bigger numbers and better numbers than legacy media.
Trump people. They're not dropping literature. They're not knocking on doors.
It was laughing like, oh, Elon Musk and Charlie Kirk with their PACs don't know what they're doing.
We were making fun of Donald Trump for having thrown away his ground game and doing some weird stuff online. We thought that they were idiots. It turned out we were the idiots. We woke up in a body bag because while we were knocking on doors, they were making these phones into 24-hour-a-day political weapons for themselves. And so we got outflanked, outplayed, outbeat by people who told us the whole time that they knew what they were doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the thing is that the Democrats, they were living high off the hog because they knew that they had legacy media in their back pocket. They knew it. They knew, and they still know, hey, we got legacy media. The problem is people aren't really watching legacy media like that. The people under 50 are definitely not watching legacy media like that. Tides have turned. There's been a major shift in the way people consume content in this day and age. We're no longer living in a day and a day and time to where you get all of your information from, these mainstream media networks and there's no other platforms and no other outlets out there. Nowadays, everybody has the opportunity, to report on something. We all do. And it's, I mean, I'm glad that Van Jones is calling it out. And this is the reason why a lot of folks over there at CNN and a whole host of other places are going to lose their jobs.
Do you think Biden was a key factor in Trump's victory?
Of course. I mean, he's had an under 40% approval rating since August of 2021. The American people have been very unhappy with him. But on top of that, what I find particularly troubling is that all these Democrats who are now looking back on Biden and, oh, he shouldn't have run, he shouldn't have done this. These are the same people who were all too happy to go on television every day and tell us that Joe Biden was sharp as a tack, everything was fine, he was up to everything. And we now know there's huge amount of evidence that he wasn't, that he really was diminished, that he really wasn't up to the job. And yet they were pushing that campaign forward anyway. They finally dumped him after the debate when they couldn't hide it anymore. To me, the reckoning here is, when did everybody know Joe Biden was diminished? Why did they lie for so long? And are we going to get a full accounting of that? So I don't think Democrats have anyone to blame here but themselves. Joe Biden's going to go down in history as a pretty terrible president, I believe. And on top of that, if you're a Democrat, you think about how he ran his campaign the first time. I'm running to restore the soul of the nation, to rid us of Trump and Trumpism. Today, Donald Trump is stronger than he's ever been, more popular, and his agenda is ascendant in our politics. It is a complete and total political failure.
I mean, Van, that last part of what Scott just said is true. I mean, Trump did win and is more ascendant than he's ever been, even despite January 6th, despite all the stuff.
Did you think I didn't hear it when Scott was saying it? Like, here's one of this. Yes. What do you want me to do? Can I leave?
Republicans are kind of thankful for Biden and previously Barack Obama. I mean, it was Obama's presidency that gave us Trump the first time, and it's Joe Biden's presidency that made Donald Trump stronger than ever. So we just want to say thank you to Obama and to Biden. We just want to say thank you guys. You guys have delivered us, and we're going to have American patriotism and economic optimism again, and it goes right back to Obama and Biden. So thank you guys.
What do you want me to do?
Scott Jennings said it all. He said it all, and he's absolutely right. He's absolutely right. And to be honest with you, man, Van Jones, he really had no rebuttal. But check this out, and then I'll give you my my take here in a second.
If you're the Democrats, what are you going to do for the next 2 years? How do you regroup?
Therapy. We're all going to therapy. I don't know why are we here? There's nothing. If you're a Democrat, all we can say is we hope that Susie decides that she's going to take a long vacation, that they hire some terrible people and make some mistakes to give us a chance. Right now, they have everything. They got the Supreme Court, they got the Electoral College, they got the House, they got the Senate, they got the popular vote, and we're just sitting here with the dunce cap on. Last week, we thought we were the smartest people in the world. We thought Donald Trump was an idiot. We thought his campaign made no sense, and it turned out they were smarter than us. And we don't have anything to say to you. Now, I can sit here and pretend I know something. Here's what I know. Everybody I know is miserable. Everybody's on these Zoom calls. Nobody's got any good ideas. And it's going to take us a while to figure this out. I'm not good at coming here and faking and pretending no, we got whooped.
Man, you're gonna go to the spa. You need a massage and a cucumber water.
I agree. And a cookie.
Hey, we got to rewind that.
Right. Any good ideas? And it's going to take us a while to figure this out. I'm not good at coming here and faking and pretending no, we got whooped.
Man, you're gonna go to the spa. You need a massage and a cucumber water.
I agree. And a cookie.
That's right.
All right.
Hey, there's nothing to say, to be honest with you. Van Jones admits that the Democrats, they had no idea what they're doing, and that Trump and the way he went about doing things was so much smarter. But we all knew this. When you started looking at the people that were jumping on the Trump train, when you seen RFK Jr., when you seen Tulsi Gabbard, when you seen Elon Musk say, hey, no, I'm going to be a part of this as well, Vivek Ramaswamy, you seen so many intelligent people jump on board with President Trump. And here it is. You have the people, these smug individuals on the left, especially people like a Van Jones and Joy Reid and so many other folks out there on the left in these mainstream media platforms, making millions of dollars, telling us that we're stupid, telling us that, Trump doesn't know what he's doing. He's an idiot. This campaign, it makes no sense, so forth and so on. And here it is. A week later, they find out that they're the ones that didn't know what they were doing. They're the ones that were still operating like this was the 90s. They don't have the same sway. They don't have the same cachet. They don't have the same pull as they did back in the day. And yes, they ruined their credibility, one, when they ousted Joe Biden in the summer. They ruined their credibility because prior to that, all we heard was how smart, how sharp, how with it President Joe Biden was. And then when they ousted him, first off, before that, During that debate in June, Trump-Biden debate, the American people, no, the world got a chance to see these people been lying to us. Right then and there, their credibility has been shot ever since then. And I don't know if they will ever get it back, to be honest with you. No one believes them. I think the networks out there, MSNBC is probably for sale right now. CNN, they're going to, do a major overhaul, and they need to just get the center news. Speak the facts, no opinions, none of that. Just report the news. Don't be biased one way or another. Just report the news. They got to figure a way to gain the trust of the American people again. It's going to be tough for them to do so because no one believes them. They lied with a straight face, and now they got egg on it. But let me know what you guys think about this, man. Van Jones, man, shout out to him for even coming to his senses, but I guess he doesn't have a choice. The crazy thing is that Joy Reid, she didn't get the memo. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Drop me a comment. I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys. Keep God first in your life. Stay prayed up. We'll catch up with y'all.